What's good, fight fans? This is your host, Johnny Vasquez, and we're on Gloves Off. So, Dana White and Turkey Ali Sheik just launched their new boxing league, Zuffa Boxing. Very different from the original, which you're originally seeing on different platforms. I mean, this is definitely formatted in the UFC. If you ever watched UFC before, this is formatted the very same thing. I mean, the walkouts to the uniforms, like it's very, they're following along the colors of Zuffa Boxing, and it's, you could tell. I mean, a lot of these people we haven't heard of. I never heard of more than half of these boxers that I just watched. I mean, it was very good matchmaking, and I can give them that. They were really good fights, wars. Not the person that you thought was gonna win. They didn't win as as you thought they were gonna win. It was a tough fight for them. So I can appreciate the matchmaking. I can appreciate analysts that they got. They got really good professionals. I could tell this is something that needs to keep building, but I can appreciate it. It's just a lot different. Like I said, it reminds me of UFC, how uniform they are. They had to wear their colors of the company's colors, and you see Dana White in the ringside and everything, and so it was cool to see. I'm excited to see what they do with these people that are fighting for Zuffa Boxing. There's a lot of amateurs there, or I want to say amateurs, but pro boxers that are just now beginning their career. And I would like to see which ones become, the star of Zuffa Boxing, and excited to see the Zuffa belt and things like that. With this new league, you can tell it's just action packed. It's all about action packed. They're trying to take the politics out with having all the sanctioning bodies and things like that. I mean, I like it. I like it, and I don't like it at the same time, because I know a lot of that stuff is history. As a fan, yeah, I want to see action-packed fights. I want to see, these things. I don't know how I feel about them changing the weight classes and things like that. It's kind of different. So they're making less weight classes. And so I think it's going to be tougher for the fighters, because they probably had to either gain 10 pounds or lose 10 pounds. It's not going to be anything in between. So I think it's going to be tougher on the fighters. But hey, I think that's what they're getting themselves into. I'm not sure how much Zuffa Boxing is paying compared to outside of other boxing promoters. But it seems like they're gonna have regular events. It seems like they're gonna have monthly, weekly events that they're gonna be putting on. They started their first event at the Apex, which UFC was already fighting out of. So, I mean, they just easily transition it to have a Zuffa Boxing event there. And yeah, I'm looking forward to more events. This event was cool. It was something that it just reminded me, like, watching the prelims of UFC and then watching the main event. I mean, it was reminding me of UFC fight nights. But I'm excited to see where it takes off to. I mean, is this the new boxing? Is this what boxing has come to now? Is this gonna take over boxing as a monopoly? I'm not too sure, but I'm kind of interested to see what happens. I mean, I noticed that they do only 10 rounds. So far, I've only seen every match. The longest matches were 10 rounds. So I don't know if they're ever going to do 12-round fights. I'm not sure if they're going to try to do 12-round fights for when they fight for the championship belts. Not too sure. But, yeah, I mean, I appreciate Zuffa Boxing giving these boxers more opportunity to keep fighting professionally and to give them a platform. I'm not sure if it's like UFC. I mean, I know they just had one UFC fighter, Justin Gaethje, who is fighting tomorrow. he was saying that he has made $1 million and he's had a great career in UFC. So I hope to see the fighters pay well. I hope to see this league be different than how the UFC started, and be more responsible to fighter pay. And yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be good long term. Hopefully, I don't know how to feel about them not using the sanctioning bodies like WBC, WBO, IBF, all these things, or if they're gonna work. Hopefully, they can work with them later. I know they say they wouldn't, but I'm not sure what's gonna happen with that, because I know there's some boxers that still want to be undisputed, and the only way you really go undisputed is you get all 4 belts and the sanctioning bodies. And I mean, but with Zuffa boxing, I mean, I feel like you sign up what you sign up for. It is what it is. But yeah, like I said, the fights were entertaining. I mean, I watched most of the events. I think I missed like 3 fights because I went grocery shopping. But from what I've seen, they were pretty good fights, even fights. You didn't know who was gonna win. You thought you did, but then it ended up being like a real challenge, a war. And so, yeah, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. Is this gonna be Zuffa boxing good for boxing? I don't know. We'll see. I think the first event, we can't really judge off what's gonna happen in the future, but this was interesting. What the lack of better words, this was a very interesting first event. I mean, not the most entertaining, but I think this is just the beginning. I mean, this is a small event, and we're gonna look forward to seeing Zuffa boxing main events even bigger. Like once some of these fighters become big stars, I mean, it's just gonna grow from here. So I'm not sure it's just gonna take over boxing completely, but hey, as long as we have more fights and people are able to show their skills on a big platform, I think it helps boxing. But we'll see.